As you know, there's a lot of videos where people visit Gothenburg, but they all more or less stick to the same touristy locations, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. But today I thought we'd take you along on a more off-the-beaten path kind of day in Gothenburg. And it all starts with the tram ride, as so many things do in Gothenburg. It is, after all, a city filled with trams. So how many trams are there in Gothenburg? Just as in Germany, there's many trams in Gothenburg. Here you'll find the largest tram network in Northern Europe. We'll travel between these red circles. So after a short initial tram ride, it's now time for a bus ride, and then we'll arrive at our first stop of the day. Yes, not only are there trams, there's also buses, as well as other types of public transit, which we will see a bit later on today. So our first stop of the day, the neighborhood of Eriksberg. By the way, how does one know that a car is from Poland? Well, Polacken. But in this case you can easily see where you are, due to the paint job on this huge crane. So as you might see right next to this bus stop, there's a huge orange crane. This entire area actually used to be a shipyard. But nowadays it's a residential area filled with apartments, houses, restaurants and a bunch of other things. But the huge orange crane remains as a memory of what once has happened here. Now though, onwards towards a nice cafe. The once upon a time shipyard is no more, but when it was more, they built a lot of ships here. Also the crane was blue. So this place we're going to now, if humans buys pastries there, dogs get pastries for free.
Okay.
But since we're two humans, does this mean Sonny gets twice the amount of pastries we get?
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
We are now visiting the most dog-friendly cafe in Gothenburg, much to our dog Sonny's joy. The cafe itself has been around for 111 years, and today the cafe is incredibly dog-friendly, and dogs are treated like VIP customers. Sonny was not the only dog visiting this morning. Quite soon after we arrived, so did a much larger dog. A dog named Kompis. And even the bathroom was filled with dog pictures. Very dog-friendly indeed. So that was some really good fika for both humans and dogs alike. Highly recommended. Now we're once again walking back to the huge orange crane back there, and we'll catch a ferry. There's a lot of dogs here, but then again, if you live in this neighborhood in one of these buildings, you probably got some money, you got a good job, so you can afford to have a dog.
Yep.
Public transport in Gothenburg does not only run on land, it also runs on water. For 120 Swedish crowns you can ride Gothenburg's public transit as much as you'd like, within 24 hours that is. And just like in that cafe, dogs are VIP customers, they ride public transit for free. Sonny's first time on a ferry. Good bra Sonny?
It's great.
He's doing good though. So now it's once again time for another tram ride. Tram number 3 will take us towards a very nice park. After a short 5-minute waiting time, we once again utilize the very vast tram network, and we reach another part of Gothenburg, this one known as Majorna. So this part of Gothenburg is quite nice with these old wooden style buildings. A great place for a stroll, but we're heading back up there to a nice park. That was a very short visit in the neighborhood of Majorna. One could definitely spend more time here, but today we won't. Slottskogen may not be particularly off the beaten path, but it is a fantastic park and still well worth a visit. Here you'll find open fields, wooded areas, as well as a completely free zoo, the penguins being a fan favorite. So Sonny did not care at all about the penguins.
No.
But just up here there's something quite a bit larger. You know what it is?
Yeah, the moose, right?
The moose. We'll see what Sonny thinks about the moose then. You can of course see wild moose in Sweden. I bet if you ask a Swedish person whether they've seen a moose in the wild or not, they would probably answer, yes, I saw one last summer, but if you're only in Sweden for a few days and you're in Gothenburg, then this right here is usually a great place to see the king of the forest, but not today because they are away under observation apparently. So no moose. Oh well, at least there were sleeping goats. Due to the severe lack of moose, we instead ran away and then eventually sat down on a bench. So these open grass fields back here are usually full of people in the summer months, people having picnics and whatever. But today we're the only ones sitting down here. Could be because it's only spring. Also it's a weekday, it's a Wednesday, so people are working. But now though we're gonna head, I know it's that way, to a different small park where there should hopefully be some very nice cherry blossom trees. Although no one sat down on the grass, a lot of dogs could be seen walking around with their humans. From Slottskogen we take a brisk walk towards another park, the park of Seminarieparken. Here we eat some food. What a utter failure! The cherry trees have already bloomed. That sucks, but this park is very nice though, even though it's very small. But if you make it here, exactly when the trees are blooming, then you're a lucky bastard. That's so stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
But anyways, it's been a good day so far. And our dog, Sonny, has been doing great, right?
Yeah, I'm impressed by him, actually.
Yeah, the first time he took the tram, the bus, even the ferry, and it's all doing very good. And this is sort of a practice run for him because in about a month we will travel for 3 weeks straight by train in Europe. And now, at least I feel much more reassured it will be fine after Sonny's great behavior on the trams, bus and ferry today.
True. Didn't bark. Very happy.
Very happy. Said hi to every person he could meet.
Yeah.
That's a good dog.
Yeah.
Sonny is indeed a very, very good dog. He's also very cute. We have one more stop for the day. I thought we'd end this day on a high note, so we're on our way towards a viewpoint. You get it? Because high up, viewpoint. If you have to explain the joke, it's probably not that fun in the first place. Anyways, the viewpoint in question is located by an old water tower. So when people think about a viewpoint in Gothenburg, most would probably think about Skansen Kronan, which I can actually see over there from here. But this place right here, Landala Vattentorn, does, dare I say it, provide an even better view than Skansen Kronan, and there's not a single tourist inside here. Hey! So here, all alone at a very nice viewpoint, we end this day. It's time to go home, but thanks a lot for joining us on this day off the beaten path in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
Hej då!
Hej på er!